So the next tool, that is Chef. Why we are using Chef? That is for configuration, deployment and management of infrastructure. Which type of infrastructure? Application infrastructure. Application that you are using on a daily basis. These applications are being developed on an infrastructure level, on a hardware level, and these are entirely managed, then deployed and configuration via Chef. Because when you are coding something, right, you are writing a code and you are maintaining code at the machine level. Understood? Suppose multiple machines are there, so this code needs to be deployed on every machine, and that can be managed by a client server architecture. So from one workstation, it will connect with the server. From the server, it will go with the multiple clients. Now what is client? Any single machine, we call it as a node as well, that can be client also. So you can have multiple machines like this, and these are nodes, or you can also have client configuration here. Now from a workstation, suppose we are having a workstation, one particular machine where code is there, and this code needs to be deployed on every machine. Understood? This code should be run on every machine, configuration should be there, and for this purpose we can use a Chef software. So that is the use of using Chef. Now why we are using the Chef software? Let's see. So these are the significance of using Chef. First of all, it will provide you configuration management. It will provide you configuration management. Secondly, you can optimize app delivery on edge devices. You can distribute a same app to multiple devices. That's the use of using, that's the use of Chef. So you can have app delivery. Understood? Like you are having devices, you are working for the organization, the same software, for example, there is a Mozilla Firefox, that's a browser, but that needs to be installed on every machine. So as a organization management, what I will try, I will use Chef server, I will use Chef workstation, which will have some scripts, and that scripts will be deployed on every machine connected to the server, and you will have that particular software on your machine level. Understood? So distribution of application delivery, that's important here, and which will be on edge devices, end devices. Understood? Then this is a open source software. Now what is open source? The code is available for everyone, and everyone can contribute towards it. For example, so if you are using any industry type of software, VLC media player, do you have access to VLC media player source code? No, right now no. Okay, it's a enterprise level. Suppose that VLC media player code is saved somewhere on a GitHub, we can call it as a open source software. Understood? So the code which is available to you at your doorstep, code is available to you, you can make changes to the code, and then you can have some suggestions towards the code for other developers. We can call it as a open source software in that case. So this Chef software is providing you open source compatibility, means whatever code you will run inside a Chef software, these are supported by community, supported by people like us. So you can have cloud native applications that can be hosted on any type of cloud. Now what are the types of clouds are there? Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, multi-cloud, etc., etc. Community cloud is also there. Public cloud, which is available to everyone. Private cloud, which are confined to the organizations, networks which are not available outside the domain, that are private cloud. Combination of public and private, that are hybrid cloud. Multi-cloud is the combination of two or more public clouds, and community cloud that is being maintained by group of people for the culture level. So you can have compliance. So two things are there, compliance and non-compliance. The data which is important to organization, that's a compliant data, okay, and non-compliant data that can be shared outside the domain, outside the organization, that's a non-compliant data. For example, suppose we are having medical domain. So which type of data is there? Patient's data, their addresses, etc., etc. Which type of medicines they are using. But that's a very important data, but cannot be shared outside the domain. Understood? On a security level. So for running an organization, compliance is very important. Means whatever things you are using inside an organization, within the organization, that should not be shared outside the organization. So that type of configuration management, compliance management, that can be done via shared software. And you can also having auditing in organization. What is auditing? We are checking for every entry whether that is fulfilled for the organization level or against the organization. So configuration, understood? Deployment and management. These three things are there. And then we are having security and compliance. So these 5 pillars are there. On depending on that, we are using shared software. Now, which companies are? So these are the enterprises which are working on Chef. Meta from Facebook, right? IBM. Some are similar companies, Rakuten and SAP. You already know these companies. Others are new here. Okay, now we will try for installation of Chef on Linux machine. We will launch EC2 instance of Amazon Linux, which is based on Red Hat OS. So let's try it. So first of all, we will launch EC2, then we will connect it via SSH. We will select for T2 micro now, as we want to save the cost. Okay, and this T2 micro, which is free for 750 hours on a monthly basis. So here I am signing into my AWS account, selecting EC2 console. Then I am clicking on launch instance tab. I am naming this as chef-server. I am selecting Amazon Linux. Instance type, I am keeping it as default, or you can manually select it as well, or you can compare instances, select configuration from here. Then I am creating a key pair. I am just naming it as chef-key. This is with .pm extension. Now why we are using .pm? This is available for OpenSSH. Means from terminal you can connect towards it. And then you can click on create key pair. So here is your key pair in downloads folder automatically. Next we are selecting for network details. VPC default, auto assign public IP enabled here. You can also select for existing security group if it has inbound rules for port 22 right now, as we will go through SSH connection, secure shell connection. And then I am clicking on launch instance. So after launching this instance, we are going to connect it. When it will be in a running state. Right now it's in pending state. We will wait for few seconds. Okay, now instance is in running state. Let's connect it. Select it, click on connect. You can either connect from the browser by selecting EC2 instance connect, or you can connect it via terminal. So you can copy this command, that is SSH for secure shell, -i for identity. This is key pair details, and this is username of machine, and then address of machine. But you need to fire this command where your key pair is there. So here I am entering cd space downloads. I'm going through ls command. So my key pair, that is shape-key.pm, which is present in downloads. So that's why I'm pasting ssh command from here. But you will get an error because you need to apply read permission for the key pair. So this will happen, this type of error will be there in case you are connecting from Linux or connecting from Mac. Okay, on Windows it will directly connect through it. Right now I am going through chmod 400 and key pair name, that is shape-key.pm. Understood? So I have applied a read permission for key pair, and now I will go through connection, SSH connection, and it will be successful. Here I am going through clear command. The first command that we will try, that is sudo yum update -y, as this is brand new machine. Okay. Now one more thing, I'm just letting you know a basic idea for this shell. So in general, chef is working in kitchen, right? So this is your kitchen. So what is the task that has been performed by the chef? He is cooking something. So these will be called as recipes. Chef is doing some recipes. Now suppose you want to eat something. Okay, so how you are going to eat? You will use various forks. Understood? Okay. Also you will use knife for cutting vegetables. Now these recipes can be created or can be referred from a cookbooks. Now what is cookbook? It's a manual where lot more recipes are there. Okay, same concepts are there within a shell. So this is a tool name. What is knife? Knife is a command line for connecting to recipes, connecting to cookbooks. Okay, and recipes, what is recipe? Here recipe will be your code. So you will have your own code, you will run it. Also these recipes will be part of cookbooks. So multiple recipes can be there grouped together in a cookbooks. So the first step will be, you will create a cookbook. You will create a recipe inside it. Understood? And this whole environment is called as kitchen. I am repeating. So this is chef, that's a tool. Knife is a command line tool from which you can connect with the recipes, you can connect with the cookbooks or your project folder. Okay, these recipes and cookbook will be part of project. Now what is recipe? It's your code that you will run, and this code will be in terms of .rb extension Ruby. So Ruby is a separate language, okay, which is used for using shell. And these cookbooks will be groups of recipes. Multiple recipes will be there inside a cookbooks. Means multiple scripts can be run via cookbook. And kitchen is an environment. It's a highest most entity here. Understood? Now the first step that we will try here, that I will install Ruby software here, because recipes are in format of .rb extension. Now as text files are having .txt extension, Ruby will have .rb extension, that you need to remember it. Install Ruby -1. After installation, how you are going to check a version? You can try for Ruby -version command and you will get the details. Okay, now let's try to install chef here. So first of all, we will import a package and that can be done by wget command. That's a Linux command. When you are importing any package, you want to download the package, you will use wget and package details and with .rpm extension. What is .rpm extension? This is a package for Red Hat Linux. Understood? And for Debian Linux, which is depending on Debian OS. There are two types of OS are there. One are group of Red Hat Linux. Within Red Hat, CentOS is there, Red Hat OS is there, okay, Fedora OS is there. Within Debian group, you are having Ubuntu, Debian OS, okay, core Debian OS. For Debian, we are having .deb extension. For RPM, we are having .rpm package details. So we are going to import this package from where? Packages.chef.io. It's an official website. Understood? So here I am copying this command and entering it here. So let me go through clear command, and here I am trying for wget command and package details.
Can you paste in chat?
Okay. Okay, so here I am going through ls command after it. Let me paste all steps from here in a discussion tab. Okay, so here I am going through ls command, and you can see that RPM package has been downloaded. Suppose you want to install this package, what will be the command? Sudo yum install and this package details, and that will be directly installed here. Okay, so it's being installed here. So after installation of this, we will cross check for chef version via chef -- version command. So right now installation has been completed, and we will go through chef - version command here. So you should get this type of output. Similar way, suppose you want to install chef workstation setup on a Windows. What will be the process? You will launch one Windows type of instance, then you will do RDP connection, remote desktop connection. Security group should have port number 3389, and then you can download chef workstation setup and you can install a chef workstation setup on Windows 2. But you will use PowerShell over there for checking the same command, chef - version. Now let's create a project folder. Now that can be done via chef generate repo and repo name. That will be your project folder. But before creating a project folder, I know we are getting some challenges on Amazon Linux. So this is a separate package that you need to install, else you will get a error. I will show it what error we will get. So suppose I am trying for creating a folder directly from chef on Amazon Linux. After this setup, this type of error you will get because some packages are missing from the operating system level, and that if you are configuring that, your challenges will be sorted. So here I am trying for sudo yum install this library.
This saying workstation is not installed.
Which one?
The previous one. What is the shape workstation?
It's a version. Chef Workstation is the software name that you will try as an open source on Linux.
Okay.
There are other softwares are also there. Chef Inspect and other stuff, other type of softwares are there. That will be listed on a Chef website. I will let you know. So within products tab, you can see all products from here. So this is Chef Compliance, Chef Desktop, Chef Premium, Chef Cloud, Chef Courier, Chef App Delivery, Chef Infrastructure Management. Lot more tools are there, out of which we have selected Workstation. So if you are selecting from here, if you are clicking on this free trial and this signing up this form, you will get one link and then you can try this type of software. Okay, so now we will create a project folder after this. So we will try for Chef generate repo and repo name. This will be your project name. So you can name it anything. Right now I'm just naming it as my chef hyphen project. So it will ask for this type of licenses. Okay, these are the 3 product licenses which are available, and if you want to install all these product licenses, you can just simply enter yes over here. So this setup will be consisting of Chef Workstation, Chef Infra Client and Chef Inspec. Okay, out of the product details, 3 licenses are available to you on Linux machine. And now here I am going with ls command. So that project folder has been created, that is my chef hyphen project. So you need to enter into it. You can try for cd space my hyphen chef hyphen project. Now inside of it there will be auto generated dependencies. Okay, so here is dependency, that is readme file, which will have some details along the project. So if you want to cross check for this readme file, you can try for cat space readme.md, and this is just a general syntax and some steps are being mentioned here. Okay, and what is cookbooks? Where recipes will be saved. So your recipes will be with .rb file extension. So you can, if you want to create your own recipes, you can have a create cookbook command and cookbook name. Let's try it. So suppose I want to create a cookbook. So what command I can try? I can try for chef generate cookbook, and this will be within cookbooks directory. Okay, so here cookbook name is my cookbook in my case. By default right now, if you are checking, so if you want to check for your own cookbook, you can go with cd cookbooks here. Sorry. So there is no cookbook over here. Okay, you need to create one. I'm going out of this directory right now, and let's create a cookbook. So I will try for chef generate cookbook, and I will name my cookbook as my underscore cookbook here. So what is showing? The cookbook has been created. Now it will have a default recipe. Within a recipe details, you will have default.rb file. Now this is with Ruby extension. Now here I am going through ls command, and I will check for cookbook. I will go with cd cookbooks. So instead of it, I will have my cookbook as the folder that has been generated. So if you want to enter into it, you can try for cd space my underscore cd space my underscore cookbook, entering it, and here you will have a recipe folder. Understood? So the recipe will be part of cookbook. You will have multiple script that can be compared with a recipe, and recipe is parallel to the I'm confused, sorry. So you will have multiple recipes as the part of cookbook here, and these recipes are parallel with the scripts. You can have multiple scripts that can be run here. Now if you are checking for recipes, go with cd recipes, entering it, going through ls, and you will have default.rb as the file. And when you are running a cookbook, when you are running a recipe, this particular default.rb file will be run and you will get an output. For example, now you want to create a web app. What you will try, that web app code you can save it in a default.rb and you can run a recipes or you can run a cookbook and you will get an output. Now let's check a default.rb file here. So here I am trying for sudo nano default.rb. So it's an empty file. You need to have some code here. Okay, so we will add some code with some Ruby syntax. Now I am adding just a code. I am explaining the code. What's that? So this code will generate a file. What will be the file name? Greeting.txt. And where it will be saved? It will be saved in a temporary folder. Now this is a root. So within root, here is a root folder. Within a root, you will have a temporary as a directory, temp directory, and within that, greeting.txt file will be created. Understood? And what will be the text that will be saved in a greeting.txt? Hello chef. Okay, and this script will end here. And do is the syntax at the start. So do, whenever we are having do, task will be performed and it will end at last. So I am saving this code. I am going through Control S, Control X. Okay. So in this way I have maintained a code. Now I will go out of project folder. So my present working directory is cookbooks. Let us go out of this cookbook as well. So I am into project folder right now. Okay. Now we will run a code, our code. But there is some syntax you need to follow. What's the syntax? Sudo means we are taking permission. Chef client, it's a software name. -- local mode means we are running a code locally right now. When you will connect with other machines, there you should have a PAM key for that particular machine. From your server side, you will connect with the multiple clients at the same time. And we are running a recipe. So here cookbook name is my cookbook. Okay, and then I'm just letting a project folder as the default. So here I'm entering the same. So 2 extra products needs to be installed that we will install, and your project code will be run after this. So what it's showing? Here was our recipe which run, and greeting.txt file has been created. And where it has been saved? It has been saved in a temp folder. And here is a text regarding it that has been saved in a greeting.txt. Now how you can cross check whether the file has been created? You can check for the file directory. So let's check it. So here what I will try, I will enter into root. Okay, I will enter into temp folder. Here I am going through ls command. So is there greeting.txt file is there? Yes, it's at the top, you can see here. Okay, and now if you want to check for contents of the file, you can try for cat space greeting.txt, and here is a text regarding it, that is hello chef. In this way you can run a recipe inside a cookbook of chef project folder. Okay, this will be your first project for chef. First of all, you will install a chef on Amazon Linux. Then I will also let you know step by step process that you will follow. Okay, so first of all you will install a Ruby. Understood? you will launch one instance, you will connect to it. I'm just updating this file. So here will be step 1, launch and connect EC2 instance via SSH. Okay, and within security group you should have port 22 for SSH. Step 2. So after step 2, you will install, you will try for wget command, this one, wget --- package. Then you will try for calling for the package, and that will be installed. After installing this, you can cross check for the version, chef -- version. This is extra dependency. As per the OS level, you can install this package. Then only you can create a project folder. Then you will create a project folder via chef generate and your repo name or project name. Then you will enter into project. Okay, you are familiar with the basic Linux command. I'm just considering it. That is ls, cd, pwd, etc., etc. Then you will create a cookbook. After creating a cookbook, you can cross check for the recipes folder, and within recipe you need to edit default.rb file. Within default.rb file, what's the syntax that we will cross check? That it will generate a greeting.txt file within a temp folder, and which will have hello chef as the output. Okay, and then you will run it locally, and you need to call for your cookbook details. From here you can keep it as default, and after running a cookbook you can cross check for the greeting.txt file has been generated or not. That's the output. Any doubt regarding these steps? Understood? Also, you need to cross check for chef.io website. Okay, do cross check every tab. Also read some use cases from here so that you can better understand for why we are using chef as the product for multiple infrastructure